Matthew 5:3-12.
Okay. Then if another brother can hold Isaiah 10.
Isaiah 10.
We want after that.
Isaiah 42.
You said Isaiah 10?
Who got the, or matter of fact, you hold the etymology of, not we good? Okay. Hey, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we want to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory unto our Heavenly Father.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, HaKodash.
Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us his truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, those making their body a living sacrifice, especially the more so in these last days. Okay, it's another Saturday class, Younger Bros, GMS Dallas branch. Okay, and we just here to edify. And in this lesson, we're going to go into like persecution, the predator and the prey, okay, and how that correlates and what mindset we should be in concerning the times. Okay, and I'm just going to give a brief summary of what we're going to touch upon. You know, and I'll do that and refer to this list throughout the lesson so we can stay kind of on track and organize the thoughts. And you know, this is one of the lessons you're going to have to watch all the way through and see it all the way through to get it, you know, get the point that I'm trying to make. And, you know, Lord will, the Spirit is on us to be able to edify. And, you know, this ain't for no sort of attention span Israelite, man. This is for the serious ones. So, get your pen and paper, take notes. You know, this is going into the milk as well. So without further ado, let's read, well, matter of fact, before we do that, I'm going to refer to this list, okay? So what we're going to get into is we're going to identify what persecution is, who is the predator and the prey, and how the roles will be flipped, causing anxiety and uncertainty in this kingdom, in the faith of this kingdom, by the power of prophecy, and how this is happening in the reactions of others, and how they'll take this, us standing upon our feet and return into our power, and then ultimately the persecution before our Lord coming back. So if a brother can read Matthew 5 and start at verse 3.
This is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted."
And this is what we do, and this is a symbol of our life. Our life is a symbol of this. You know, this whole soliloquy, if you will, of what Yahweh Shai is saying, the Beatitudes?
Beatitude.
Oh yeah, Beatitudes?
Yep.
Yeah, so this is what we are as a sign, you know. Our whole life, our sacrifice that we're putting up is what Yahweh Shai is going into right here. So you got it out.
Matthew chapter 5 and verse 3. "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness,
Yep, keep going all the way to 12.
for they shall be filled." Verse 7. "Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see the Most High," or Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Verse 9, it says, "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven."
Yeah, and see, this message is a message of peace, okay? And we are going to be persecuted for it because right now, what people have been under the brainwashing of is that they love chaos, is to indulge in this wicked society and be entranced by that, you know. But you got it, right?
Yep, Matthew chapter 5 and verse 11. I'm going to read verse 10 again. It says, "Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sake."
Yep. So yeah, this is this is the time we're coming upon now. We see what's happening in the news and how they're touching upon, outlawing certain talking points of the Bible, outlawing certain individuals to be spoken of, to be criticized, and persecution is about to occur among the church. You see? So let's get that word persecution in the etymology and just kind of lay a baseline on what we talking about.
Yeah, while he's getting that, can I get in the Greek?
Mm-hmm.
This is that word persecute in the Greek, Strong's G 1377, dioko. It says, outline of biblical usage, to make run or flee, put to flight, drive away, to run swiftly in order to catch a person or thing to run after. It says, in any way, whatever, to harass, to trouble, to molest one.
Hey, that's what we're going to get into as well, right? That persecution is likened, a synonym of to persecute is to be a predator unto. It's to push oneself on another, on a individual of a smaller strength.
Tom and Jerry.
Right. Yeah, that oppression. You see, Esau is about to come down with draconian measures upon those that are poor, upon those that are weak. And that shows you who's who. Okay, you got it out with the definition.
Come on. So persecution shows up as a noun and a verb. I get the noun first because it sort of hits the point. It says mid 14th century persecution. I guess like Latin or French. It says oppression for the holding of a belief or opinion. From Old French, persecution, damage, affliction, suffering. And directly from Latin, persecutionem, nominative, persecutio, noun of action from past participle, stem of persecute, to follow, pursue, hunt down.
To follow, pursue, to hunt. To follow, pursue, to hunt. So who was given that role in this system that's set up?
Esau, Edom.
Right. This great hunter.
Because he was made to be given to be the best hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And to have all the weaponry.
That's right. Yeah. Esau, Edom. Right. So we see what role that he's going to fulfill, and the Spirit is bearing witness that who's who, man. You got it. Was it? It's some more on that.
Right. Persecute, to follow, pursue, hunt down, proceed against, persecute, start a legal action.
Yeah, open legal action, right? It's gonna be open legal action taking place, right?
Oh, man.
We about to see that happen. We see it now already.
Yeah.
With the passing of the anti-Sem bill, right? You got it out.
If I may too, the scriptures say a kingdom divided against itself shall stand, because really Esau is contradicting his own government, his own system. When you go into the Constitution and the Bill of Rights, the so-called, Constitution and Bill of Rights was a joke.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be able to persecute somebody based off of their religious beliefs. That's the first amendment of the Constitution.
Yep.
Can't take away freedom of speech.
Yeah.
So what does this mean? If Esau is backtracking on these very principles that undermine his nation, what does that mean? That means that this shit is done, bro.
Yeah.
America's done. Just want to make that point, bro.
Yeah. No. Yeah. And this is the state or the system that was built upon "In God We Trust." Right. Your own model, man. Your own model on your money, on your currency. Yet next to the symbols that the Most High has given to show you who you are. So that's part of their tongues falling upon themselves through their legislation, through their symbols that they use, and through the signs that the Most High has been giving us, man. But you got it out.
If I can just add to what you're saying, because it says to start a legal action. Because Isaiah 10:1 goes into war unto them that decree and righteous decree.
Get real quick the etymology of predator.
Predator.
Yeah, and then hold Isaiah 10:1.
Okay.
Yes.
What's that,
Yeah.
Scorpio?
You don't want to jump the gun.
Right. All right. Predator. All right. So predator goes in as a noun as well as a verb. It say animal that preys upon another. 1862 from Latin predator, plunderer, from predari, to rob.
To rob.
Wrong.
To what did it say before that?
Plunderer.
Yeah, a plunderer, a thief and a vagabond,
Yeah.
right? And what is he stealing?
Yeah.
The man's heritage, right?
Micah.
Yeah, Micah too. You know,
Yeah.
those that take, taking land,
Ooh.
taking everything, man. And what we seeing now is him taking away the things that the average American has, right? Their rights, because a lot of these, rights so-called, because a lot of these Christians, man, they starting to be like, oh hell no, you're not gonna take sweet Jesus away from us. The banning of the New Testament, right? You got it out.
Fine. It also says C, predation. Predation. It's a Latin predator. Swanson, 1840, was used in biology of the group of Cleopteris insects that ate other insects.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Go ahead and get Isaiah 10.
So Isaiah chapter 10 and verse 1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Keep going to verse 2.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 2, it says, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people.
Well, to what? To take away, right? The robber, the predator, to thieve away. Go ahead and read verse 2 again.
Con, Isaiah 10 and 2, it says, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless.
Yeah, so he preys on widows and the fatherless, starting with our people, but now it's trickling over into his people, right? So the predatory attributes are coming out, and you starting to really see it with this devil, man, through his what? His legislation. You see? Let's get the etymology of the word prey. Prey.
Gotcha.
And then you still got that Isaiah 42?
Yeah.
What you want me to get?
Matter of fact, you get Isaiah 42 and 22, and then read what you had in Ecclesiastes, Sirach. You
12.
34
34.
and 22 and 22.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, you got it. Read that first.
All right.
Well,
again-
no, let them get this precept first,
Oh,
and then you will read pray.
You want me to read it first?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Sirach 34, verse 20.
Matt,
Did
yeah.
you pull it?
Sirach 34 and 20.
Yeah. Buckle shot.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 34, and verse 20. It says, whoso bringeth an offering of the goods of the poor, doeth as one that killeth the son before his eyes.
All right, because that's what Esau's doing right now. All right, he's taking the goods of the poor. All right, he's removing from their pantries and everything, taking their food, their meat. Continue reading, Baba Shah.
Verse 21. The bread of the needy is their life.
So he's taking their livelihood, their bread, lacham. That's food for thought. That's food to sustain yourself. Continuing on, especially with that society.
And Yahweh Shai,
Yeah,
right? Man shall not live by bread alone,
Yeah.
but every word,
that comes
right?
like how about Shemiah Shai's mouth.
that nutrients
Which
that,
is the
that we've been
word.
needing. Yeah, that nourishment that our people have been needing. Because
So like-
we've been in a dead state.
Done.
And this is what our people need to be fed. But yet Esau wants to take it by shadow banning, by not admitting that they're not the people, even though he has the records underneath these museums and portraits of dark-skinned black men that were apostles,
Well, I'll just say this, because really that's a blessing, because that just ties into prophecy. Because the famine of the word must come.
Yeah.
It must happen. And he's setting up everything for this to happen.
Well, what we going into is that's not a part of his nature,
Come.
right? With him being a predator and us being a prey.
Yeah.
That shows you who's who in this situation, if you will.
Can you read a little more?
Yeah. Sirach 34:21. The bread of the needy is their life. He that defraudeth him thereof is a man of blood.
Yeah. Continue.
Verse 22. He that taketh away his neighbor's living slayeth him, and he that defraudeth the laborer of his hire is a bloodshedder.
It's a bloodshed. Woe ye bloody men. All right, and that's in that Psalms chapter 139. Going into Esau, Edom, King David was like, "Get away from me, you bloody men."
Yeah.
All right, and it's the same thing. Esau came all the way back around, and now he's on the neck of Jake. That he's been wanting to do this the whole time.
Yeah.
All right, but
And see, we're gonna see this effect too with him being a bloody man through his legislation. We're not gonna be able to participate in this economic system that he's about to set up because of the things that we believe in.
Huh.
You know, he's gonna take away our wages, our ability to live because of the things that we believe and we prophesy and we teach about, even though it has nothing to do with any kind of violence. You know.
Right.
This message is we're sending up empty threats, you know, or I mean, you know, not through the spirit, you know, but this is not harming nobody. We're just exercising our right of free speech,
In the world's eyes.
right? You know, but I mean, in the spirit, this is not empty at all. It's the bread of life, you know. But it's like we saying, we just exercising our right of free speech that you set up, nigga, you know. But yeah, let's get that definition of pray.
You want the noun or the verb?
The noun.
All right, the noun goes into, it said mid-13th century, prey, spelled P-R-E-I-E. It says animal hunted for food, that which is seized by any carnivorous animal to be devoured.
Yeah, we've been devoured, man. We've been eaten up. We've been, what is saying, Jeremiah 12, just quoting, right? My people is like a speckled bird, and all the birds round about devour her, or come ye eat and devour, you know? All these other nations have devoured us, but first and foremost has been Esau Edom, man. He's eating off of us, starting with the slave trade, you know?
Oh, Michelle, I know you said you doing it.
No,
Hey.
go ahead.
Ezekiel 34:8, and then I'm going to get right back to you. As I live, saith the Lord, surely because my flock became a prey, and my flock became meat to every beast of the field, because there was no shepherd, neither did my shepherds search for my flock, but the shepherds fed themselves and fed not my flock. Right? So it's just lining up with the illustration that you're using of a predator and a prey. You know, that's why the scriptures also talk about, you know, being as wise as serpents, harmless as a dove.
Right.
You know, on this particular side, in this stage of prophecy, the Lord doesn't want us being carnal, and He doesn't want us, you know, revenging ourselves.
Right.
You know, we're supposed to wait upon Him.
Well, and just like when he came down, he was likened unto a lamb, you know. But as he's coming back, he's likened unto an eagle. He's likened unto a lion, you know. So long, y'all must spark a thought. So in an angelic force, how about you spark a thought? So yeah, let's go ahead and read, pray again. Anything that sticks out, you know, it don't have to be the whole thing. Anything that's like just points.
Right. It says also, figuratively, of souls captured by Satan. Right? And it goes, it says, goods.
I'm sorry, it says by souls captured by.
Satan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Satan.
That's it.
It says Buddhism.
Hey, there we go.
Direct correlation.
You know? He's trying to trap everybody up. He's trying to trap mainly Jacob. Matter of fact, who got you still got that Isaiah 42? Yeah, let's go ahead and read that real quick, and then you'll read the rest of the definition.
This is Isaiah 42 and verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses.
Yeah.
They are for a prey, and none delivereth. For a spoil, and none saith restore.
Right. Yeah. All for a prey. You know. That's a state of our nation right now. You know. All for a prey.
Well, if I can add just real quick, one of the the animals that the Lord likens us unto is as sheep, man. And David said it in Psalms 44, and the Apostle Paul had quoted it in Romans the 8th chapter, right, saying that it says, "For all the day we are slaughtered, all right, as sheep, in your sight." So this is the importance of us leaning upon our shepherd, Yahweh Shai.
So was it any more on that prey?
It says booty, animal taken in the chase. Now down here it says, I'll read it real quick. It says, the verb, it says to plunder, pillage, ravage from prey. Right? And it repeats the same thing, to take booty, plunder, pillage, catch animals as game. Right? Booty, plunder, game hunted. It's sense of to kill and to devour.
Yeah. And it sums up Esau, man. And I mean sums up, what we've been to this man. You see? So now that we've described persecution and given an example of the predator attributes and the prey attributes, we're gonna go into more of that, of whose nature that is. Let's get Genesis chapter 27 verse 38. Because the nature of Esau Edom is shown throughout multiple scriptures, and how he's exemplified through thus saith the Lord, man, and symbolized. If another brother can hold Psalms 10 verse 6, and we're gonna read through 12, and then another brother hold. You was Kabash, you was already in Habakkuk 2.
Nahum 3.
If you could hold Habakkuk 2 and 5. So whoever got that Genesis can go ahead and get that.
Genesis 27 verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth.
Yeah, so that's his dwelling. He should have and control the fatness of the earth, right? And that's a part of his nature, Apex predators, they tend to actually have a certain portion on lock, when it comes to other apex predators in their vicinity.
Territory.
Yeah, they're very territorial, Like if you see like two male eagles come together, they might kind of flex out at each other, see who wings is broader, and then they announce their territory. They might piss all over it, have their droppings around it to just let you know what's theirs. And Esau has the fatness of the earth. You see that by his guillotines that he sets up, all his statues that he puts around, right? He's very territorial when it comes to this. Space stations up into the heavens,
Garrisons?
Just like a statues.
He said guillotine.
I say guillotines?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, garrisons. Yeah, slide the water. Yeah, his garrisons, all kind of things.
If I may, that's a beautiful point, because like we know other nations in the scriptures are likened unto a beast.
Yeah.
And like even when you consider like militarily, like you got the Navy, who they got certain regions of the ocean that are marked off. This is the Chinese Sea. This is the and then you got the airspace. Same thing. You violate another country's airspace and you just declare war. Without
no fly zone, no fly zones.
zones.
That is the attribute of an eagle, or an attribute of a predatory animal, So yeah, you continue reading on that.
Genesis 27 and verse 39. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt thou serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, and then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Yeah, see? He had that predatory, vengeful nature because of the blessing. You know, which means with him coming down with great wrath, it correlates with our blessing. It only confirms our blessing and who's who. Right? Playing on this role of identifying who this man is. So to say that the Lord loved Esau and hated Jacob, well, that contradicts the role of what the scriptures say. That contradicts prophecy, man. You have no understanding. You see, but we know through the testimony of what's going on, man. Let's get to Psalms 10, 6 through 12.
I got you.
it.
This is Psalms 10 and 6. Psalms 10 and 6. He has said in his heart, I shall not be moved, for I shall never be in adversity. His mouth is full of cursing and deceit and fraud. Under his tongue is mischief and vanity. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places that he murdered the innocent.
Right, that's the role of a hunter, right? To sit with the camo, you know, in a lurking place, right? To pounce. You see? So you got to spark the thought. Go ahead.
Right. His eyes are privily set against the poor.
You still got
You say he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
Yeah.
He crouches.
We see him setting up his snare right now, you know, of coming down with great wrath, putting all these categories upon the camps, you know. He's setting up his campaign, his smear campaign against the prophets right now. You know, showing you again who's who, man. Who has the power, the resources, the meat to do this? Esau Edom, man.
Right. And it's beautiful you say that because, you know, he has to first set up what? Propaganda,
Yeah.
right? He sets up a cause where the people would say, okay, he was righteous for doing that, right?
Yeah.
Like you say, he has the media control, politicians in his pocket, right? So he has to build that picture where it'll sound believable. This is why we have to come up against them.
Certain animals, they'll do that too. You know, they'll have an example be shown where they might, you know, they're so sustained where they kill for fun. So like they might kill an animal and leave it there for an example for other animals to see. That's what happens when you step on these grounds. They're very like especially like lions. They play a lot of mind games. With, like, you know, they'll you know, show themselves as, you know, where they don't need it for food, they'll kill for fun. You know, and that's the spirit that Esau comes in sometimes. You know, of course our Lord likes he's likened it to a lion, you know, as well. But that's a identification of rulership as well. You know, the lion, the king of the jungle, as they say. You know, but you got.
If I can add that same chapter you're in Psalms the 10th chapter, I believe like the 4th or 5th verse, it goes into how he crouches as a lion.
Oh yeah, verse
Actually,
6.
that's verse 10.
Oh, it's like it.
Verse 10.
Oh, was it 10?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Read verse 9 and keep going to 12.
Psalms 10 and 9, it says, he lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
Oh, the poor. But what did we just read? Blessed are the poor. How is that the case? Hey, this persecution time is the time of our blessing, man. Blessed is he that are persecuted for righteousness' sake, man. As we just read. Go ahead, Art.
Psalms 10 and 10, he crouches and humbleth himself like Slacky. He crouches and humbleth himself that the poor may fall by his strong ones. He has said in his heart, Yahweh Bashim Shai has forgotten. He hideth his face, he will never see it. Arise, O Lord, O power, lift up thy hand, forget not the humble.
Yeah.
Verse 12.
Okay, that's it on that. Now let's go. You got the Habakkuk 2?
Yeah, what verse?
Verse 5 and read through 10.
Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yeah, also because he transgresseth by wine.
Oh, so if I could just say too, what we just read in Psalms 10, that was to put an umbrella under it and kind of just categorize. That shows his nature of subtlety as well. You know, that crouching, the hunching over, the hunting aspect of him, his subtlety. You know, just all aspects and natures of the devil, which shows you his predatorial nature, you know, if I could say, before we go into this Habakkuk. Which we're not gonna kind of, like I'm saying, brothers make points. I got a lot of precepts, and I'm not gonna go and I'm you know, these are milk scriptures that we get all the time. You know, we break it down scripture by scripture all the time. I'm just gonna touch on points so I can kind of just paint the picture of you know, what mindset to be in. You see, but you got it, Doc.
It says, yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. Shall not all these, you want to speak on verse 5?
No, keep going.
Verse 6, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
Yeah, see, all these gonna take up a parable against him. What have we been getting into? All these parables of likening him unto an eagle, a lion. These attributes that he has. You know, the sword. You see, these are taking parables against him.
Bro, small hatters.
Right.
Little caps. Is that not a parable?
Mm-hmm.
like,
Yeah.
like if I can add, because you know, once again, the Vibrations ministry is what really making everybody else, these so-called red pill communities and just these other platforms really start speaking about these damn Amalekites, you know, the small hatters,
Yeah.
and they're even using the same lingo or parables that the servants of the Lord are using.
Mhm.
So this thing, you know,
Yeah. Hey, and it says a taunting proverb, right? A taunting proverb, shaking the hand at the gates of the nobles, man. These words are hurting them, so they can't keep it. They can't keep this up in the air. You know, because we're taunting them. This is like, you know, prey dancing out in the open as the apex predator is making itself known. Like, I'm in the area, nigga. You need to be running. I ain't hungry, but you better be running. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're taunting them. You see? But you got it, Doc.
It says, and to him that ladeth himself with thick clay, shall not they rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and a weight that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them.
Yeah. See that prey. He's like, you know, we wanna take you should you gonna rise up suddenly. But you got it, Doc.
talking about those other nations going to rise up suddenly and fight them.
Oh yeah. Oh, and that's another thing though too. When a animal is not focused on like the eagle per se. We was talking about this before class. The weakness of an eagle is other birds don't hunt it, but it starts to lose its ability when it has eggs and it leaves the nest. You know, if it's scattered abroad, just flying all over the place, it's empty. Its nest that has its eggs in it, they're at stake. You know, they can be attacked, and other animals actually eat eagle eggs. You know, like you got foxes, hyenas. They'll come eat them. You know, other eagles will break them as well. You know, so that's what we're seeing right now with Esau. Right, he's out everywhere, but all these other beasts of the field, what are they about to do? Well, they about to come home and eat their nest up. Right? Those Medes, Jeremiah 51:11, right? The Lord is going to send in the Medes, Isaiah 13, right? They're not going to regard silver nor gold, you know? And he's going to, and they're going to collapse on this place and break the eggs, break the prosperity, the seed line, you know, of Esau, Edom, man. And he's going to send his children to war, you see?
Yeah, if I may, like when you go into ancient Rome, and even when you go into NATO, one of the main critiques of those two things is overextension.
Yep.
You know, they they were doing too damn much. You know, so like the same point that you're making. You know, and like we read in Habakkuk 2, the Lord got the spirit on Esau to just keep on going and going and going and going, but he doesn't actually have the ability to maintain, you know, his substance. In order to do that, you need this truth. You know, you need knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord. And he don't got that.
Yeah.
You know, that's why he's coming with his bootleg, you know, kingdom of heaven, and that's going to be administered by the Sea Hill. That's his attempt to maintain, you know, his substance.
Yes.
not gonna work though. You know, you got it.
Ezekiel 38:10, thus saith Yahweh power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. Now, when you, in verse 2, it tells you it's talking to, Son of Man, set thy face against God, in the land of Magog, which we know this is talking about modern day Russia. So Russia is going to be one of the main nations that are, are in hand with the destruction of Babylon the Great, And it said, what? We going to go up to the land of unwalled villages that dwell safely without cares, That's this place.
Yeah.
Everybody's, turbulent things are coming down the pipe, but shit. You go out to a bar right now, a club, people lit, dancing, don't have no clue of what the hell is going on in the news, man.
But that's the nature of a predator. They've never been in the shoes of being prey. They've never had to worry about looking around, watching their being circumspect. You don't have that you have a luxury of just living in peace.
Yep.
But the Lord is about to hunt this man. And he feels that through the message that we're prophesying. He sees it,
And
he sees the writings on the wall, You about to say?
dang, y'all lost my train of thought. It'll come back.
Uncle Shah, if I may say, because Esau has seen Jake go through that exact thing right there, like the whole existence of this place called America. Esau has seen Jake be on the bottom and go through hell and turmoil, while he is the predator, and he has watched the prey jig, and so now it's falling upon him.
Yeah.
All right, and since he has watched Jake do it, he in like an Edomite. If an Edomite is found in the duress, mindset, they'll commit suicide.
Oh yeah.
Because they can't handle the pressure.
Yeah.
That's the difference between Jacob and Esau.
Yeah.
But it's like you got it.
Okay, let's jump to, because now we read Genesis 27, giving you an idea of how his nature will be vengeful toward Jacob, his brother, and then we read Psalms 10, going into his subtlety and how he be crouching in the lurking places, and then we just read Habakkuk 2, giving you an example of how these other nations will be looking toward to attack him, and how they would be willing to overthrow himself while he's out trying to signal his power in the field. He's away from home, right? These other nations will be able to get up in his nest and get in his way, But let's get, because that was showing you like who. This is what we going into, showing you who is the predator, right? Let you know, we let you know what the persecution was. We let you know who was going to be doing the persecution, right? And then we're going to let you know who the prey is, right? Telling you who's who, right? So now let's get Genesis 25 and 27. And if another brother can hold verse Psalms 64 and 4. Whoever's in the blue letter, get both of those in the blue letter. Oh, Kashar. Genesis 25 and 27, Psalm 64 and 4 in the blue letter, so I can get some words.
I got it. Genesis chapter 25 and verse 27, it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter and a man of the field.
Yeah, we just went through that. He's that hunter. Give me those attributes. That's more confirmation on what we talking about. You got it.
And Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents.
Yeah. Get that word plain.
Okay.
And the brother can read that Psalm 64 and 4 real quick.
Psalms chapter 64 and verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not.
Right, at the perfect. Okay, let's see what this word says as a plain man.
Yep. Strong's H 8535. Thama. It says perfect.
Uh-oh.
Complete.
That complete man.
Sound.
Read that again, Art.
Psalms chapter 64 and verse 4, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect.
Yeah, and he's shooting in secret at the perfect, right? Passing this legislation, you know, passing these laws, this idea, this category, putting things in the air to end up trapping, to end up hunting us, you know, showing his nature. You got it, Doc, on the definition.
Kind. It also says in Strong's definitions, it says complete, morally pious, gentle, dear, coupled together, perfect, plain, undefiled, upright.
Yeah, the upright, the blameless, okay? The house of David. You see? He's trying to shoot at secret at them, man. Now if a brother can read real quick, we're not gonna break it down. We're just gonna read through it to further cement the point. Lamentation 5 in the NLT. Just read through the whole chapter. And just for time's sake, we're not gonna touch on every precept, every verse. We're just gonna read through it just to further cement this idea of us being the prey. Okay? And then if another brother can hold Ezekiel 25 and 12, and we're gonna read 12 through 14. But whoever got that in the NLT, Lamentation 5. Yeah, Lamentation 5.
I got it. Lamentations chapter 5 in the NLT, verse 1. Lord, remember what has happened to us. See how we have been disgraced. Our inheritance has been turned over to strangers, our homes to foreigners.
And this is all going into the story of how we've been the prey. We've been the prey. We've been abused. We've been the ones beaten down. We've been the ones killed. We've been the ones stolen from. Right? All showing you who's nature and who is who. You see? You got it, Doctor. We're going to read through the whole thing.
You want me to start where I left off?
Yeah, where you left off.
Verse 3. We are orphaned and fatherless. Our mothers are widowed.
You got Ezekiel.
We have to pay for water to drink, and even firewood is expensive. Those who pursue us are at our heels. We are exhausted, but we are given no rest.
Hunted. You got it, Doctor.
Verse 6. We submitted to Egypt and Assyria to get enough food to survive. Our ancestors sinned, but they have died, and we are suffering the punishment they deserved.
Because we're still going through the curses.
Yeah, we live through it every day. Every day is an identifying factor of damn, we in hell.
Damn, man.
Hey, that's a quick cut. Not to cut you off.
No.
That's adding on. That's a quick cut that you can use to prove that you have to pay for the sins of your fathers.
Mhm.
Specifically on Esau, Edom. You know, they'll try to say, "Oh, that was my grandfather, or my."
You got it.
Verse 8. Slaves have now become our masters. And that reminds me of the scripture about why do I see princes walking and servants on horses?
Yeah, hey, that's very unique.
I had to.
So to took the words all off.
Yeah.
Hey, we about to see that flip and transition. Okay, and that's the point we're going to get into next of how this role is about to be flipped. Okay,
Well,
but because we're fulfilling the role that Yahushua played when he was on the earth of
Right.
being a lamb,
Right.
being the one that was hunted, the one that was persecuted.
Loaded.
But then, what is he going to do in his second estate?
flip it up right side up.
Hey, he gonna be the one pulling,
Done.
right?
Right.
Jacob shall hold on to the heel of Esau.
Right.
Pull his ass.
But he gonna be the one pulling instead of the other way around,
Yeah.
right?
Uh,
So you got it out. Or
no,
sorry.
no. He got it. I got a precept after the next precept. We talked about.
Con. Verse 8. Slaves have now become our masters. There is no one left to rescue us. We hunt for food at the risk of our lives, for violence rules the countryside. The famine has blackened our skin as though baked in an oven. Slakia. I'll read that again. Verse 10. The famine has blackened our skin as though baked in an oven.
You put the cake to turn, right?
Hey, we was famished.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have nothing to eat off of, nothing to sustain ourselves by. You know, which is a lot of the you can say like That's a part of the reason why we was in the valley of dry bones, man. We was dead at one point. We didn't have this understanding.
And that dead state of
You
mind.
know, that dead state of mind. We weren't sustained. But now the Lord has given us this food, man. Food for thought, if you will. To nourish us in the wilderness, you see? You got it, bro.
Verse 11. Our enemies rape the women in Jerusalem, and the young girls in all the towns of Judah. Our princes are being hanged by their thumbs, and our elders are treated with contempt.
If you can't see that's predatory nature, then you bug the fuck out. You got it.
Verse 13. Young men are led away to work at millstones, and boys stagger under heavy loads of wood. The elders no longer sit in the city gates. The young men no longer dance and sing. Joy has left our hearts. Our dancing has turned to mourning.
How can we sing in a land that we know not? But now we singing in the land that we know not. Why? Because we got the gospel, man.
Give him praise.
Call Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
Verse 16. The garlands have fallen from our heads. Weep for us because we have sinned. Our hearts are sick and weary, and our eyes grow dim with tears.
That's pretty much the point.
Yeah.
You know, get that Ezekiel 25 and verse 12 real quick.
Okay. This is Ezekiel chapter 25 and verse 12. It says,
And if I could say, that was showing the role of how we've been to pray. We've been deprived of the way of living, man. We've been given this life as a way of death. To understand that this ain't it, and to understand that we need to come back and turn to the Heavenly Father because we had it good, man. And we're about to do that. But what is He going to do in the meantime? He's going to rise up to the prey, and He's going to give us life. You got it, bro.
Ezekiel 25 and 12, it says, Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Power, I will also stretch mine hand, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel.
Yeah, He's going to lay His vengeance upon Edom by the hand of His people. You know? We're going to get a part of beating this man to powder. We're going to get a part of that because he got a part of beating us. You know?
If I can add, the house of David's going to be over this task because the Lord the Lord gave this task to the house of Saul.
Yep.
He wasn't obedient. So now He's giving it to David, man. So that's why we pray that we're the house of David, man. You know, Lord willing, because we want this to happen.
Yeah. And the house of Saul couldn't do it like David either. Because what they say when they came back marching to the city, them women were singing, Saul killed tens of thousands.
No, Saul killed
thousands.
thousands.
David killed tens of thousands.
David killed David killed tens of thousands, man.
Super mighty man.
Yeah. So he was David was doing it efficiently. killing them efficiently, man. We're gonna be able to do it better.
Yeah, it speaks about, you read, what's that, 2 Samuel, the 12th chapter, speaks about how David was sawing them asunder.
Yeah.
All right, one of David's sons, I can't remember his name, but he threw like over 18,000 Edomites off a cliff.
Yeah.
You know, so hey man, the house of David is a force to be reckoned against you damn Edomites, man.
Yeah. That's why they have PTSD that we standing back upon our feet, man. You remember, nigga. You know? Go ahead and read the rest of verse 14.
Ezekiel 25 and 14, it says, And I will lay vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel, and they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith the Lord Power.
Yeah, you're gonna know you're gonna know the Lord's vengeance, man. And that's you're not gonna be able to escape that. That ain't something you can write some legislation to not have yourself accountable for, man.
All right.
This was already prescribed from thus saith the Lord before you. You see, before us. See? But let's go ahead and jump to because the role is being flipped. The role is about to be flipped, and that's what this word is doing. It's bringing on this new estate, man. the new rulership, the house of David. Okay, this new governor of the planet, man. This is the tone that the elect will be bringing and preaching in these last days. So let's get Ezekiel 35 and 1. We're gonna read through verse 3, where another brother can get Ephesians 6 and 17,
I got that.
and read through verse 20. If another brother can get Hebrews 4 and 12,
I got you.
and then if another brother, who's got Ephesians 6?
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
It
said 17 or
You
20.
got anything yet?
I got Ezekiel 35.
Okay.
It's Hebrews 12.
Who got if another brother can get 2 Corinthians 10 and 3.
I got that.
Yeah, if I call for something, just say you got it so that
Come.
that brothers ain't, you know what I mean? So get Ezekiel 35 first. Let me read you that.
What verse?
Verse 1 through 3.
Okay. It's Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 1. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord Yahweh by Shemaiah Shah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
And that's the message, man. That's the message that we're preaching.
Right.
Like being against Mount Seir. And that's what's causing, as we kind of touched upon the subjects that we be talking about in this lesson. I started out with that. I said how the roles will be flipped, causing anxiety and uncertainty in the faith of this kingdom by the power of prophecy. Well, the shaking of the hand, the prophesying against Mount Seir is causing the uncertainty. They're starting to believe the report now. A lot of the heathen, they can see it, because it's clear, right? These things are being revealed now. You got it out.
Verse 4, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord Yahweh, by Shemaiah Shah.
Yep, that's pretty much it on that. Ephesians 6 and 17, whoever got that.
This is Ephesians 6 and 17. And take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh.
See, and this is how we're going to turn into hunters, predators, if you will. We're going to be turned into that sharp threshing instrument. In the spirit, of course, but it's hitting spiritually. It's already cutting them up. That's why he's coming down with great wrath. Esau is hurt, man. That's why he's passing legislation. You see? You got it.
This is Ephesians 6 and 18. Praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mysteries of the gospel.
So, read that again.
Ephesians 6:19. And for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel.
Yeah, we open our mouth boldly to make known the mystery. You see? The mystery of the gospel, the good news. And that's how that transition, that paradigm, if you will be flipped. By us opening our mouth, prophesying through the spirit of what? Yahweh Shemaiah Shah. Read verse 20.
Ephesians 6:20. For which I am an ambassador in bonds, that therein I may speak boldly as I ought to speak.
Yeah, as we ought to speak. This has to happen, man. Whoever got that Hebrews 4 and 12.
4 and 12?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Salakia. I thought it was 12 before.
Going into how the prophesying of vengeance is gonna lead to this condemnation of this devil, man.
Done. This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12. It says, For the word of Yahweh by Shemaiah Shai is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
Right. Oh, but who had the sword though?
You shall leave
And
it.
whose hand is it in now?
Yahweh by Shemaiah Shai.
And it's showing you that it's spiritual too, because we just saying words. So as you getting cut up. Now you gotta come out, you gotta bring your actual sword out.
Yeah.
And we just talking.
Done.
So it's cutting your ass up in the spirit.
Done.
Yeah.
You got it.
I mean, there's that one quote: "The pen is more powerful than the sword."
Mm.
Yep. we don't need carnal instruments. We don't need swords to take down Esau, Edom.
Yeah.
And I gotta pull this quick one. Ecclesiastes 9:18. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroys much good.
Yep. I mean, that's plain upon tables, man.
Man.
Well, in Baba Shah, that's Sirach, chapter 19, verse 22. It says, loosely paraphrasing, how the knowledge of wisdom.
The knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, the wicked has no knowledge. So just like the brother just read, you know, they can't win.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, when a nigga that's just big as hell, like you just like you know we've all seen the predicament or the you know sign
Dynamic.
the dynamic of like the swole nigga that got no jokes, is not charismatic at all, get mad at the fat nigga who's roasting his ass at the lunch table. You know, all that he can resort to because he has no charisma, no comeback, is violence.
Yeah.
You know,
That's his only out.
that's Esau, man. He has that gift of being this big and having that facade of being the whiz.
Yeah.
So all he can do is, you know, what he been doing. Fire out his mouth. You know, have that sword.
But back in Hebrews chapter 4, verse 12, it says, "For the word of Yahweh Shemel Shai is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even the dividing sunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart."
Yeah, even the discerner of our people is dividing. Yahushua said that he would come to divide.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, that was Matthew chapter 10, verse 34. All right. You got it?
No, I have a precept after you.
Done.
Real quick, let him get this 2 Corinthians 10 and 3.
I got you.
John.
Oh, you got it? You got it. Can you read it in NLT?
In the NLT,
Yeah.
I was gonna say too that Hebrews 4 and 12 is a heavy scripture.
Yeah.
Because like Esau Edom, case in point, Esau Edom is spending billions of dollars trying to come up with technology to read people's thoughts, right, and do particular things. And this scripture telling you right here, just the word that we've been given is capable of doing that. You know,
Yeah.
and we got it for free.
Yeah.
You know? That's why he's so bugged out and he's so hell bent, you know, on trying to take our blessing.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's given unto you to understand the mystery of the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
Yeah, unto others it is not given. All right. So yeah, it's a blessing. Everybody can't receive a blessing. A blessing is only given to you.
That's another thing though too. Every time you strike with a sword, it splits in two.
Yeah.
You know?
Thunder.
So it's like when this word is being preached, it's a polarizing force. You know, it's always splitting in the, you know, you got the north and the south pole. You know, it's like twos.
Yeah.
And then you hit it again, it's another pair of twos. Right? The more you hear, it's separating more and more and more. That's why certain people, they get to a certain point where it's like they can't really fully receive it. Like you might get the fact, oh, I'm an Israelite, I'm this, I'm that. Then you hear the grape doctrine, and it's like, hold on. Well, that's merely a sword splitting asunder your understanding. Then you being on the other side of the polarizing force. That spot is getting narrow, more narrow and narrow. It's smaller and smaller.
It's like when Moses drew the line in the sand.
Mhm.
He cut it asunder.
Yeah.
All right, and he said, "Choose your side."
Yeah.
You know, would you rather serve Yahweh by Shemel Shai or keep that same understanding that you already have?
Yep. That cut's getting finer. You got it up.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 3 in the NLT, we are human, but we don't wage war as humans do. Wanna keep going?
Keep going till 5.
Come on. Verse 4, we use God's mighty weapons, not worldly weapons, to knock down the strongholds of human reasoning and to destroy false arguments. We destroy every proud obstacle that keeps people from knowing God. We capture their rebellious thoughts and teach them to obey Hamashiach.
Yeah. And that pretty much puts a period on the point that we just talked about. You know, it sums up the whole operation of what we just talked about. So,
Mr. Lockett, Baba Shah, can you get verse 6?
come on.
Come on,
In the NLT.
You got it.
Okay, bet.
2 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 6 in the NLT. And after you have become fully obedient, we will punish everyone who remains disobedient.
Right, that's when the prey turns to the predator. All right, after we become fully obedient. You see, just like, you know, before the Lord got us out of the wilderness, we had to get to a particular, you know, certain of understanding the Lord's will until he could actually, you know, bring us into the promised land, right? And execute the Lord's vengeance upon those heathen nations to where we could come into our rest. So the same thing in these times, that's what this grace period is for, right? For us to become obedient, all right? And then we get on top, and then we revenge, all right? Well, the brother already read it, Ezekiel 25. The Lord's going to lay his vengeance upon Edom by the hand of his people Israel. That's going to come after the elect get sealed in their minds. You see, and that's what's happening now. And this is why this truth is the greatest threat unto Esau, because it's us being obedient. Judith, the 5th chapter. The nations know whenever the nation of Israel is obedient to our power, and we're going to kick their ass, man.
Yes.
And that makes sense because in the wilderness, the Lord was, he brought all of the Israelites out, but he got rid of the disobedient ones until we actually got there, like you said. So in this time, the Lord is doing that with the elect. Back then, he just was Xing off those unwanted, you know, in that furnace of adversity. All right, you wait till that gold is purified all the way to where it's just the gold left. So the Lord waited for just the gold to get us into that land. Like in this time, coming out of Egypt, just the elect is going to be that gold that's going to be brought out of that furnace.
Yep. And just like the brother was saying, you know, that pretty much sums up the second point of going into the who and the what, you know. We went through what is persecution, and then we went and broke down who the predator and who the prey was, and how the roles would be flipped, causing anxiety and uncertainty of faith in this kingdom by the power of prophecy, like you just talked about, the role being flipped. Now we're going to get into the reaction, the reacting force of what's happening now, what people are, how they're perceiving us, and what their reaction is to this vibration that's being put forth, right? Why this is happening, and how their reaction is, because I think what Jay-Z said, that with every action there's a reaction, you know. You know how wicked that nigga is. Hey, he right, you know.
Nigga got that from Einstein.
Oh well, yeah. So, you know?
And you know, it reminds me of Lazarus and the rich man, because the whole time they was in a certain circumstance until what was it like? They perished, they died, or whatever. All right, and then you see that the roles were completely switched. And he was begging him for mercy, you know. So likewise, that's how this is about to happen. The one that is not thought of is about to wear that crown.
Yeah. So with the preaching of the word, even like with Pharaoh and Moses, right? When he preached the word, Pharaoh did not believe. Pharaoh, at some point, he was like, "Damn, okay, it might be true." Then he was left to his own when Moses was then left, and he was like, hell no." They're like, I'm gonna be able to still overcome, and I can usurp the Lord what he's prescribed. Well, that's the same thought process of Esau, man, and even our people. You see, now let's get now. Why do I bring all this up in a term of persecution? You know, why do I bring this up? You know, this is going to give you an example of why and why and how it happened in the past. Because what scriptures say, that which was written aforetime was written for our learning. Let's get Nehemiah 4 in the NLT, and we'll read through certain parts of that.
Start
at first.
Start at
verse 1.
Nehemiah chapter 4 in the NLT, verse 1. Sanballat.
And I'm gonna just kind of give you a brief abridgment of what's going on here. Nehemiah, this shows an example of the unwavering faith of a group of men in the midst of unbelief and fear and opposition of our enemies and our own people. Okay? So Nehemiah pretty much helped continue the persistence of the building of the temple. You know, in the midst of our enemies and in the midst of our unbelief and the fear of our own people. Okay? So you got it, bro.
Nehemiah chapter 4 and verse 1 in the NLT. Sanballat was very angry when he learned that we were rebuilding the wall. He flew into a rage and mocked the Jews, saying in front of his friends and the Sumerian army officers, "What does this bunch of poor, feeble Jews think they are doing?"
Right, and that's what they say when we on the highways and byways. What y'all doing? Y'all poor, get a job. Y'all weak as hell. Man, that weak as hell. Yeah, take all that dress. You know? What y'all doing? That's how they look at us, you know? The heathen, even our own people, right? They mock. You got it out.
Do they think they can build the wall in a single day by just offering a few sacrifices? Do they actually think they can make something of stones from a rubbish heap and char ones of that? It's like you're at that. Verse 3, Tobiah the Ammonite, who was standing beside him, remarked, that stone wall would collapse if even a fox walked along the top of it.
Right, and that's what the heathen are saying now. All we gotta do is pass a couple laws and legislation, and your ass is gonna be through. You're gonna topple this over. Right, but what did Acts the 5th chapter say? This is of the Most High, it shall stand. And if they determine to wage war against this truth, you might be waging war against Yahweh Shem Yahushua, man. Okay? That's what the heathen are about to come unto. The same thing they did of old, this work that the Lord had prescribed at that time. Well, this work at this time is going to be attacked and it's being spoken against now. Jump to verse 7 and read through 12.
Jumping down to verse 7.
And this is just, I'm giving you a summary. This is our people being unbelieving, becoming unbelieving from what the heathen were saying and what they were doing around about the building. What you see now happening with a lot of these camps, they're moving different. They're unbelieving. They're starting to cast away from building and starting to focus on what's outside rather than what we got going on. You know? You got
Right. Well, if I can make a point, it's because that fire is getting hot. You know, so everything that's not the elect is burning the fuck up. You know, it's coming out of the furnace because it's not gonna stay in there. If you're not truly, like Yahweh Shai said, real quick, like he said, look, I'm the good shepherd. You know, I lay down my life for the sheep. He said the hireling flees when the wolf come. He gonna start to scatter the sheep and tear them. The hireling gonna flee. Why? Because he like, I ain't signed up for this. So you actually have certain people, even amongst GMS, you can have certain people that come into this thing that look like it. They look the part, but in their mind, they don't have it all together where they're really like, I can be persecuted for this for real.
Yeah.
It's certain people that's their actual lot. And that's fine because, you know, as long as you fear the Lord, you'll be okay. But you can't buck up when that fire comes. You're supposed to know the vow you took when you came into this thing and started building.
Yep. You got it.
Verse 7. But when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabs, Ammonites, and Ashdodites heard that the work was going ahead, Salakia, and that the gaps in the wall of Jerusalem were being repaired, they were furious. They all made plans to come and fight against Jerusalem and throw us into confusion. But we prayed to our power and guarded the city day and night to protect ourselves. Then the people of Judah began to complain, the workers are getting tired.
See, they was coming with that report like, hey, they getting tired. They getting tired. Keep going.
Verse 10, then the people of Judah began to complain. The workers are getting tired and there is so much rubble to be moved. We will never be able to build the wall by ourselves.
See, they didn't believe. You know, they was getting tired. Oh, man. Coming up with excuses, man.
Weak hands.
Yeah.
Right.
Getting weak. Like the Lord wasn't watching over, you know? Even though that may partially be true. But we getting tired. There's a lot still that needs to be happening. Man, they was lacking faith. You got it, Doc.
Verse 11. Meanwhile, our enemies were saying, before they know what's happening, we will swoop down on them and kill them and end their work. That reminds me, Revelation, was it 11:11? He coming down with that great wrath, you know?
12.
Oh, 12. Slakia, 12:11. All right, the enemy's gonna come down with that great wrath. They're gonna swoop down. That flood gonna come in. Those troops, because they're gonna try to stop this. Because although we are speaking what they say mere words, it's so much wisdom in it, and power in this message, you know, to the liberty to these captives.
Yep.
Verse 12. The Jews who live near the enemy came and told us again and again, they will come from all directions and attack us.
Yeah, and that's what they were scared of at the time. They gon' fold in on us while we building. Hey, we know Esau gonna come down with great wrath, but you don't think that this is the Lord's building? What the Lord gonna do?
There you go.
Y'all being negative. Hey, what the Lord gonna do though?
It sounds like they're focusing more on fear instead of faith.
Exactly. That was the point of getting that in Nehemiah. Because what ended up happening? They was established. Okay? And when you read through the book of Nehemiah, pretty much what it goes into is it was an establishment of our nation. Again, that reestablishment of us being set and having a temple being built, man.
Hey, that's why the scriptures speak about being strong in the Lord's might, not your might. Because if it's your might, yeah, we gonna lose. Esau got ICBMs, bro. We ain't got nothing but apartments and Glocks.
Yeah.
Niggas on this side type shit.
But what we just read, Ephesians 6.
Right.
We got the helmet of salvation. We got the breastplate of faith. We have the sword in our hand. We have a defense. Right. In which that was what they all had during the building process. They had the proper tools to not only build, but to protect the building. So why wouldn't the Lord do that in these times regarding the spiritual building? This is a process that we're going through, man. A building process that we're going through. So the Lord is giving us tools, teachers, understanding measurements, measuring the time, right? The Lord has given us these things, these spiritual attributes to be able to survive this persecution phase that we're about to go through. Now let's get for real quick. I know we kind of hitting that 1 hour mark. We a little past. Let's get Jeremiah chapter 33 verse 6, and we'll read through verse 7. If another brother can get 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 3, and we'll read through verse 5.
I got Jeremiah.
Kind of. And you break it down. I'm about to go. I'm gonna take a little intermission.
Okay. Jeremiah. Y'all about to
Through verse 7.
What was the second one? 1 Peter what?
3 and 1 Peter chapter 1 verse 3
Okay.
through 5.
Jeremiah chapter 33 and verse 6. Behold, I will bring it health and cure, and I will cure them, and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return, and will build them. All right, what we went into just a few seconds ago. All right, and that was it, Nehemiah chapter 4. All right, that the Lord is going to rebuild us. But the thing is, you got to keep the mindset that this is the Lord's doing, and he's going to protect his doing. The Lord isn't going to allow us to be overcome. Officially, this thing is going to get done. It's going to prosper. All right. Continuing, I'm going to read 7 from the top. And I will cause the captivity of Judah and the captivity of Israel to return. Our liberation, right? And will build them. And will build them as at the first. So, hey, in this time, not only are we about to be rebuilt, but you also have to have that mindset that we're about to go back to how we was in our first estate, brothers.
Man.
I mean, that's far beyond the estate that Yahushua spoke of in John when he told his disciples, "You was with me in the beginning," and he told the Father to put him back in the body he had in the beginning. That's the type of fresh beginning we're gonna have all over again. Even the earth is gonna go back to how it was in the beginning, as it was at the first. That's that resurrection that the scriptures speak about. Yahushua went through his resurrection. Now us, the body, is following that head in the same resurrection, and that's where we're going back to. So the Lord is gonna liberate us, but it's gonna be through this process of being built right now.
Hey, can you read verse 6 again?
Jeremiah 33 and verse 6. Behold, I will bring it health and cure, and I will cure them, and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth.
Right. He's revealing unto us the abundance of peace and truth. Right. And that's how we're going to be healed. Okay. But that exposition, that exposing of truth is going to lead to our persecution, though. But he's going to heal us, even though it's going to be looking like we're being smitten. Right. Just like in Yahushua's walk. It looked to the mere mortal like he was being killed, but yet that was really securing his estate of being rebuilt.
Right. That was the completion. Right. That was the final. That was the last step that was needed.
Right.
That's why he said it is finished.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah. If the brother can get 1 Peter 1 and 3 and read through verse 5.
1 Peter's 1 and 3, and it reads, "Blessed be the power and Father of our Lord Hamashiach Yahushua, which according to his abundant mercy hath begotten us again unto a lively hope by the resurrection of Hamashiach Yahushua from the dead."
Like we just read in Nehemiah. the rebuilding of that temple, the lively hope. You know, you got it. Right?
Okay. 1 Peter 1:4, to an inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you.
Yeah, this is eternal, man. You got it.
1 Peter 1:5, who are kept by the power of Yahweh through faith unto salvation, ready to be revealed in the last time.
Yeah, see, ready to be revealed. This message is revealing things, leading to ultimately our persecution, man. Let's get 2 Thessalonians 2:8 real quick, because this revealing is going to be leading to Esau coming down with great wrath. Okay?
That's why great fear fell upon them when we got what? When we began that resurrection process. You know, great fear is falling on them because they know, yeah, they out there, they talking this and that. They ain't really doing too much. You know, we know they waking up. But what this is gonna lead to is gonna be something we ain't gonna be able to stop. We gotta do something soon. You know?
Yeah.
That's the mindset of Esau. You know, he know he has to move.
Yeah.
And if I can add to what you're saying real quick, you know, this is the, like you said, this is the characteristic of Esau Edom. They'll listen for, you know, rumors of a rebellion, right? And we know Jacob tried in the past to always try to rise up before Yahweh shot through various rebellion, right? So Esau Edom is used to doing that. He'll hear something going on and he'll put it out. But this time, you know, he's going to try to put it out, but Yahweh is going to, you know, turn off the lights on his ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and read that 2 Thessalonians.
This is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 and verse 8. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
Right, and that's our weapon to reveal this man, like we went into earlier. How we had the breastplate of faith, right? The helmet of
Breastplate of righteousness, shield of faith.
Kind of the water, brother. Yeah, Ephesians 6, breastplate of righteousness, the shield of faith. Okay, but there's also the sword, man.
It's the word.
Yeah, which would end up being a revealing factor of how this devil was going to be cast down. You know, they overcame him by what? The word of their testimony and the blood of the lamb. You know, and they love not, or I don't know, mixing scriptures, but yeah, you know, that's pretty much part of the process of this, the devil being cast down. Now let's get John chapter 16 verse 1, and we'll read through verse 4. And if a brother can get Revelation chapter 22 verse 7.
I got
And
John.
another brother get Psalms 40 verse 13 and through verse 17. We'll read through those and then we'll close out.
You want John first?
Yeah, John first.
John chapter 16 and verse 1 in the KJV. These things have I spoken unto you, that ye should not be offended. They shall put you out of the synagogues. Yea, the time cometh that whatsoever killeth, Slakia, that whosoever killeth you will think that he doeth God's service.
Right, just like we read in Nehemiah, right? The Lord will provide for us to be able to build, but also that comes with what? Our protection, our defense, you know, of Him sustaining the building that He's put us in. You know, when Moses, Jake during that time they was lacking faith, right? Even though our enemies was looking for a way to get in and destroy us, but this is yet going to preserve us as well.
Can I speak on that first verse? All right, because it says that ye should not be offended, because the whole lesson, or, you know, since I got here, I'm pretty sure the whole time, of what you even mentioning and expressing this unto the sheep of the house of Israel is literally preparing you in itself, because a lot of people don't speak about stuff like this. You know, what's going to happen, the action and the reaction of these things, and of these prophecies of what you're doing and what you're about to go through. You know, that's literally preparing your mind, like, okay, well, I'm going to need the Lord in that time, so let me, you know, get close to the Lord.
Yep, that reaction, man.
Right. You want more?
Till verse 4.
Verse 3. And these things will they do unto you, because they have not known the Father nor me. But these things have I told you, that when the time shall come, ye may remember that I told you of them. And these things I said not unto you at the beginning, because I was with you.
Yeah, know who's in control. Jump to the last verse, to verse 33. And then whoever got that Revelation 22 and 7, you read that next.
Verse 33. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world.
Right. We be of good cheer. We have this gospel, man. And we're entering into this time of tribulation. It's only going to get worse from here on out. You know, but be of good cheer, man. This is the work of our salvation. You know, just like we mentioned before, Yahushua, he said what at the end of his tribulation period, it is finished. When he gave up the ghost on the cross. We just hope to get to that point where we finish the work, man. And ultimately, the building of that temple was going to give us a defense in these times to come. You know, the finishing of this work. We too deep in, Akim. You know, to begin weak.
Yep.
You got that.
Come. This is the book of Revelation 22:7. And this is red letter, so you know it's our Lord Yahushua speaking. It says, "Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book."
Can you get that word keep it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that word keepeth is Strong's G 5083, terio. All right, it says to attend to carefully, take care of, to guard, and it says as a metaphor, it says to keep one in the state in which he is, to observe, to reserve, to undergo something.
It says keep unmarried. And if you go to the
Let me see.
bridge,
Yeah, let me go to.
And that makes sense. It says to keep in a certain state in the truth. You know, because when you go into the scripture, speak about enduring unto the end, going through these different trials and misfortunes, you know, being tried and tested, but still staying in this thing because you know, bro, Yahushua is the only way. That's all I got. What you going like? El Yashram said, what you gonna do? Go to Walmart?
Yeah.
Like, what else you got, man?
Yeah.
The Peter mindset, Lord, we you know,
Right.
we forsook all right, we're gonna get everything back. Look, Yahushua turned to him, what you gonna leave? Lord, you got the words of eternal life. Where are we gonna go?
Right.
You gotta have the mindset of Peter. The things were written for your learning, to learn like, oh, this is the mindset that's gonna win.
Did you find that?
God, I found a word that you was looking for in the Strong's definition. Again, it's that word. What is it? Keepeth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that word keepeth. Strong's 5083. When you jump down to the Strong's, all right, towards the middle, it says by implication to detain in custody. All right, figuratively to maintain. It says by extension to withhold. It says for personal ends, figuratively to keep unmarried.
Right, those wise virgins, because we always get and harken on the term like wise, right? The wise versus the foolish, but both of them was virgins. You still got to be a virgin. That's the prerequisite as well. Right? You got people out here that's giving into all these different philosophies. They're adulterous spiritually. You know, we got to be wise, but also we got to be virgins, man. To keep unmarried, man. We know, you know, who's coming back. Our husband is coming back, which is gonna relieve us, you know, if we will, of this burning on a multitude of levels.
Right.
If you can get Psalms 40 and 13 and read through verse 17 and we'll close it out.
I got it. This is Psalms chapter 40 and verse 13. It says, "Be pleased, O Yahweh Shah, to deliver me. Yahweh Shah, make haste to help me. Let them be ashamed and confounded together that seek after my soul to destroy it. Let them be driven backward and put to shame that wish me evil. Let them be desolate for a reward of their shame that say unto me, Aha, aha. Let all those that seek thee rejoice and be glad in thee. Let such as love thy salvation say continually, Yahweh shall be magnified. But I am poor and needy, yet the Lord thinketh upon me. Thou art my help and my deliverer. Make no tarrying, O my power."
Yeah. And we don't want the Lord to tarry.
Yeah.
So why would we tarry? Right? Just like how, you know, Jacob deal with a woman and you know you want to mirror the same energy. Hey man, we want to get the hell up out of here, man. So the Lord is looking at us and watching our effort, the things that we do, you know, the way that we conduct ourselves. He's looking at a way for us to conduct ourselves in a way that we want to get up out of here. You know, so we shouldn't be entangled in the things that we deal with, even though we have to on a certain level. Let's not give our full spirit to these things. We're gonna have to detach at some point, and that point is drawing near. We can see it every day. Look at the times that we in. We see the times. So, brother didn't have another point. Yeah, we'll go ahead and close out. We want to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory to our Heavenly Father.
Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai Ba'Hashem Rakakadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught us the truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.
Shalom.